Hello everyone, this is Anita White with Love Your Art, and we're back today with another video, and we're so happy to be back. Thank you for those of you who've been patiently waiting for me to return. I had a lengthy time in which I was dealing with technology issues, getting through the holidays, and just life happenings. But I appreciate your patience, and I really appreciate those of you who are watching my other videos and giving me feedback. It so encouraged me, and I appreciate so much your support. Well, we're back, and we're ready and excited, and Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. Join me on my Facebook group, Anita White Art. We'd love to have you there to sharing your awesome art creations as well. Well, today we're going to start with a big one. I have a 20-inch round, and I'm going to be using a 18-inch cup, and we're going to use my new technique, my splash and spin, but I'm going to do a flip cup, I'm going to swipe, and I'm going to do a splash and spin. And yeah, we're going to see what happens with all of that. Anyway, I am using a base color, the Blickrylic Phthalo blue will be a base color that I'll start with in just a moment, but let's go ahead and begin with some Amsterdam pearl blue as a base for this flip cup. And again, all my paints, as you know, are listed in the description box, and they are mixed with 2 parts Floetrol, American Floetrol, 1 part paint. Water is added to get to the desired consistency if needed. You can also check out my video number 28 and 52. One is on how to improve your Dutch pour, which I love doing, as well as the how to get the right paint consistency. So those are real important components that we need to be able to do acrylic pouring. So with that being said, we have the Amsterdam Pearl Blue. We're going to start now with the Liquitex Basics Primary Blue. And I'm going to throw in some Loft Violet. Yep, and one of my all-time favorites, and I love to use it with the purples, is the Lime Green by Liquitex Basics. Haven't used this in a while, but it's nice to be able to see it again. And then I have some Amsterdam Permanent Blue Violet. I love, love, love the Lime Green with the Permanent Blue Violet. And we're going to put some more blue in. We have the Pebeo Studio Blue Vert Iridescent. Add that to this mix, giving it some more blue. And then we have the gorgeous Prussian blue by Golden. That will be our dark blue on top. And we'll go again in a layering fashion with the colors that we just introduced. Same order. Try to get this 18-ounce cup fully loaded. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday and that you've entered this new year with lots of excitement and enthusiasm and looking so forward to a great year. It's going to be an awesome year. Better than last year. There's more in 24, so we want to see more of your work as well, and sharing your beautiful art creations. Definitely want to see what you're doing. If you come up with some new techniques, that'd be awesome to see. And also, if you haven't gotten any new techniques, but you're really perfecting what you've been working on, it's awesome, and I applaud your success. Love to see it. Okay, so here we have it, my friends, a pretty much fully loaded 18-ounce cup. And we've got a gorgeous palette that we're working with, these beautiful colors. And I'm using today the Australian Floetrol with the Amsterdam titanium white as a cell activator. So that's what we'll have by way of support for the cell activator. But take a look at this inside, how pretty that is. That's what we're going to flip. And you know, we could come up with something super, super beautiful on top of that. But before we do that, remember I said we have a base color of phthalo blue. And I'm just going to do a puddle of that to flip in. Now, you do not have to do it this way. I'm just trying to use up a lot more of the space here. And also I want to see some of this base color blue in my overall design. So let's take our full cup. We're going to do a flip, and it may splash, and that's just fine because we're doing a splash and spin anyway. This is just going to help us get there, hopefully in a bigger way. All right, here we go. Let's flip. See where those colors take us. Got some beautiful colors showing up so far. Let's see where we go with this. Get it all out of that cup. Whoa, so pretty. Walk it all out. Isn't that beautiful? I bet that would make for a gorgeous flip cup just by itself. We lost some of our white, at least at this point it looks that way. It could be underneath because it was one of the first colors we started with. We're going to torch this now, popping air bubbles, always looking for any uninvited guests. That would be anything that's foreign, dried paint, dried Floetrol, any foreign debris that could get into our paint and cause for imperfections in our design. Doing a nice job torching this and seeing cells develop, and boy, it's really pretty. Okay, so with that being said, remember we're doing a swipe, splash, and spin. So our first technique, we're using our Amsterdam titanium white with the Australian Floetrol 2-to-1 cell activator, and I'm putting that just on the back side of this swiping tool. Gotta get that dispersed across evenly, and then I'm looking to see where do I want to put some of this beautiful. Oh my, this is hard because we've got a lot of color here and it's gorgeous. Where do we want to go with this? Oh my heavens. Decisions, decisions. All right, maybe we'll try in here. Taking it, oops. Let's do it from here. And over here. Just giving that swipe on the inside. You want to wipe the tool off each and every time you swipe, in between swipes. Giving that a chance to develop a little bit more. What we're trying to do here is give this an opportunity to have more of a distinct, detailed design. And again, this is abstract art, ultimately, so what we get is not a predetermined outcome, but just an opportunity to have fun with our various techniques. In this case, getting some beautiful lacing inside, along with these colors. We're using our base color, which is that gorgeous phthalo blue. Help build this up a little bit so when we get ready to spin, we have an opportunity to move this paint about with greater ease. All right, super pretty. Now for the splash, we want to see if we can pull up any colors or just get a different variation of colors from the splash. And I'm going to do right in the middle here. And by the way, just in case you're wondering, I'm using a plastic tint mallet, and it is $10 on Amazon. It works very well, washable, cleans up nicely, and it definitely does not require a lot of heavy hitting. It's a light mallet, and that's what it looks like, okay? Let's start here. Got some beautiful burst of color in there, and it's capturing what we have on the outside. Super pretty. We're going to see if we can do another splash over here. Let's turn this around. Get a better angle on that. Right into this cell activator. There we go. That's helping us to bring that paint together and giving us a beautiful burst of color. Those colors really unite together well. Now, I'm liking what I see with the exception of the air bubbles, so I'm going to take my torch and pop the air bubbles that we have created as a result of our splash. Now we have a little darker side here, and this is what I like about this technique. This is where you can go ahead and add more paint before you do your final spin. You can swipe more, whatever you want to do, just get an idea of where you want to go. I want to see a little bit more lighter color here, and that is a beautiful splash. I'm going to try to do more with it just by giving it a little bit more white in this section here. I'm going to load that up with the colors that we have here that we're using in our design, and hopefully we can come together with something that will allow for more color to be seen as well. Okay, we can get this open. Right. That's the primary blue. A little bit of the violet. And a little bit of the lime green. These are the exact same colors that we used in the flip cup in the order that we used them in. This does require a little bit of patience and a little bit of, you know, taking your time to check things out and get it right the way you want it before you finalize everything. Okay, we got some white in there. I'm going to put just a tad bit of white on top. This is actually pearl blue. Give everything a nice torch. And then we're going to do another splash right into this area. Look at that. Look at how amazing those, I love it. That's what that looks like on the outside, on the back side of the mallet. This is so much fun, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous how I'm having such a great time. But you can see why, because you have a lot of opportunity to play. You can play as long as you want. You're not having to really rush. You're doing what you want. You're getting the designs in as uniquely as you can. And so far we've used a flip cup, a swipe, a splash, and now we're ready to spin. So with that being said, let's do it. Let's move our friends aside, give us some space here to spin and see what we can do to get a design that's abstract and that we really love. Okay, initially what I do is I take and by the way, this is taped to the arms of the spinner. What I want to do is I want to get this design to start to breathe and come out and open up. So I'm going to spin gently at first. And I will look. That means I'm going to inspect to see if there's anything I like to make any changes to. At this moment, I'm pretty satisfied with where we're at. I'm going to spin again, and before I do though, I'm going to take my little spatula around, pulling all of this paint toward the edge, which will help with the overall design, keeping it moving but not being stretched to a point of being overstretched. All right. The more you spin it, the more it's going to expand. And when it expands, it's actually stretching, of course. All right, we have a little bit of a help here in that respect with the extender that we used as a base color. And I'm also going to torch this and then we can spin. All right, hopefully we can get this moving pretty fast. Okay. And by the way, I encourage you to join me on my Facebook group, Anita White Art, so I can see your splash and spin or any of the other techniques that you're doing. So please share those with me. Popping these air bubbles that we've created as a result of moving this paint around. And we are ready to see what magic can come from this. It's pretty exciting. All right, a little bit of a spin. We go the opposite direction. And as you can see, it is definitely expanding, and that's good. We want that, and we definitely want to see where we can move things around to get where we want to go. Now, the other option is, if you don't want to spin, you can tilt. And I do sometimes some of both. I'll take my spinner and I'll tilt it to get the paint to move where I want it to go. But right now, we're just going to spin. And you can see how fast that paint starts to move off the canvas. And this is unbelievably beautiful. It's clearly off the canvas all the way around. And we have a burst of energy coming out. Here we have the beautiful splash, another splash with lacing. The swipe is coming through, giving us a collection of cells. We've got some beautiful outlining cells and detail color all the way around. It's gorgeous. I'm tilting just to see if there's a lot of paint on here. You do want to keep moving it. This has a little bit of movement, so I'm going to go backwards. Not much, because I don't want to lose my design. Boy, that is so amazing. Lots of detail. Lots of variation, and I love it. So, with that being said, we're going to take our swiping tool underneath and just move this around, not spin it, but just move it around so we can wipe underneath and help to bring the design to rest. You could check out your design at this point and decide if you want to go further. You can say, hey, I like what I like. I'm going to stick to this, and you're done. And that's what I'm going to say right now. I'm done. I love the burst that comes in here, and it really brings out those colors. There's lacing in here, beautiful lacing on top. There's a few cells, and then there's this river of cells from the swipe that's coming through, and it's diverse in color because of the palette that we use. I'm going to take and torch. And I'll bring you in for a close-up because you have to see this close up to really, really see what I'm talking about. But I am loving it. All right, with that being said, it's close-up time. Let's do it. All right, everyone, we're here with this 20 by 20, or actually 20-inch round, and it is a combination of my swipe and actually my splash and spin technique, where I have gone through and put the swipe in, but we started off with a flip cup. So let's take a look up close. What do we have here? Amazing lacing in here. Beautiful combination of lots of deep ocean-like colors, shimmer and shine. Very pretty with this phthalo blue background. You can see the lime green, the violet along with the permanent blue violet, the blue Vert Iridescent. This is where we did the swipe with the Amsterdam titanium white and the Floetrol from Australia. Look at this centerpiece. Isn't that spectacular? Wow. Love it. This is where we did a splash, and there's the burst of color that came together. I've had people ask me to please do this, do more of these, and I appreciate the feedback. I certainly am enjoying it, and I hope you are too. And we are going to do more of these splash and spins, and this one, I hope you like it. I had the element of the flip cup along with the swipe, and you can do the same. You don't have to do as many techniques in one. You can just do a splash and spin if you like, but I just wanted to do some variation, playing and having a good time with this particular process. All right, my friends, there we have it. It is a 20-inch round and a splash and spin with beautiful blues and multiple colors. Let me know what you think in the comments. So appreciate your feedback and love, love, love to see your work. So until next time, keep loving your art. We'll see you on the next one. Bye now.